The thing is that I am really good at organizing the logistics of a trip and at saving tons of money. So this is what I spent in 1 week of traveling between France, Germany and Italy. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. But if you don't know me yet, I'm Mary Jane, full-time budget traveler since almost 2 years, and last month coming back from a trip to New York City. My journey starts here at the New York airport in New York City. I landed in Paris and I had to arrive to my family in Italy, so I decided to spend 1 week traveling between France and Italy and stop in different places in the middle. I vlogged the entire trip and I made a mini series of vlogs that you can find in the upper right corner in the cards. That's the link to the playlist of all 6 videos. But here's in detail what I spent. So leaving from New York City, I took a super cheap flight to Paris. Why did I fly to Paris? So why am I in Paris? Just because the flight was super cheap. That's how I find the cheapest flights in Europe. The closest airport to the place where I had to go was Venice, but the flights were more expensive to Venice. So I just checked all the flights from New York to the main airports in Europe, and I found out that there was this flight to Paris that I paid only 123 euros. So that's the one I bought. In Paris, I visited a friend for a couple of days. So when I arrived to the Orly airport, I had to go to the city center, and to do so, I took a bus for 10 euros. In Paris, I had so much fun strolling around, talking with my friends, and going to a concert, which are all free things to do. Also, my friends offered me both of the 2 meals that we had together. We had some Basque cuisine and some African cuisine from Côte d'Ivoire. On my side, I paid for drinks when we went out in the evening. I paid a round of drinks for 2 people and another round for 3 people. In total, 22 euros. Plus, that evening I made a donation to the musicians that were playing at the concert, which I absolutely adore. It was not the first time I saw them, so I gave them 20 euros. The morning when I had to leave, I also bought a couple of croissants for breakfast that I ate on the bus, which were 2 euros. So from Paris, next destination where I would have spent 3 days would have been another place in France called Blotzheim, which is a very tiny town, so it doesn't really have any bus going there, but the closest place would have been Mulhouse. The fact that in Mulhouse my host could have picked me up only in the evening, whereas the only bus that would have gone from Paris to Mulhouse would have arrived in the early morning. In fact, my host was traveling himself by car that day from a place in the north of Germany to his hometown. So what I did, instead of traveling in a night bus, which I had a free place to stay in Paris for the night, so I didn't really want to sleep on a bus, which is very tiring. So I chose another option. I chose to go meet my host in the middle of his journey, and precisely in the town of Karlsruhe. But there was not really a connection from Paris to Karlsruhe. It was only from Paris to Saarbrücken. So I took that Flixbus, which has costed me 20 euros, and then from Saarbrücken to Karlsruhe, I should have taken a BlaBlaCar for 11 euros, but the driver ditched me. So I had to get a train last minute, which has costed me 25 euros, which is a lot, but what can you do? These things happen. Before meeting my host, I bought a little present to bring to his family, which was a Christmas plant that I bought for 7 euros. So me and my host traveled for a few hours together by car, and then we stopped for dinner, and I bought him dinner, so I spent 16 euros. The next night when I was staying at his place, I decided to cook dinner for the entire family. So we went grocery shopping and I bought one part of the stuff, and I spent 10 euros. Then he kindly gave me a ride to Basel, Switzerland, where I went to get on a bus to my next destination in Germany, Freiburg im Breisgau. The distance from Basel to Freiburg is of 70 kilometers, and I spent 5 euros with Flixbus. In Freiburg, I stayed an entire weekend with friends, so I slept at their place, and often we ate together at home. I first contributed with €8.50 for a brunch. The next day we had dinner together, and I bought some fruit for everyone for €5. During the days I was by myself, working in the library. So I got a couple of sandwiches for lunch, which were 3 euros each. So I spent 6 euros on that. And then of course the transportation, because the friend I was staying at, he was not living in the center of the town. So I had to take a lot of S-Bahn, which is not exactly very cheap in Freiburg, so I ended up spending 12 euros for that. At the end of the weekend, I left Freiburg on a night bus to go to Milan. So I crossed the entire Switzerland till Italy for 400 kilometers with a Flixbus that costed me 40 euros. In Milan, I spent the day shooting a collaboration with a couple of other YouTubers, so I didn't really spend any money. We had lunch together, but they offered me lunch because we went grocery shopping, they were cooking at their place, and I really wanted to contribute, but I had no small amount of cash. So I ended up not contributing at all, but I owe them a lunch. Next time I'm gonna meet them, it's gonna be my turn. So in Milan, I ended up spending 2 euros plus 2 euros for 2 subway tickets. Then my final destination, Udine. From Milan to Udine is another 400 kilometers more or less. I took again a night bus with Flixbus, and I didn't actually show it in my vlog, but I didn't notice that I bought a journey with a change in Bologna, so it was kind of weird, but it worked well. So I spent 10 euros till Bologna, and then from Bologna to Udine 15 euros for a total of 25. And now let's do the final sums. So for all the transportations between cities, between countries, between different places, I spent in total 115 euros. Then for the transportation within the city, so the tickets for the subway and stuff like that, I spent 26 euros. And then for everything else, which was mainly food and presents to my hosts, which were also usually food or drinks, I spent in total 96 euros and a half. I'm not gonna count in the flight from New York to Paris, because that's not Europe. I mean, the flight to come to Europe is up to you. But all the things I did in Europe, and there were a lot, for all that I paid 237 euro and a half. So 240 euros more or less for 1 week traveling around Western Europe, so the most expensive part of Europe. Of course, it would be more expensive if you went to Northern Europe, especially Scandinavia, but it would be way less expensive if you went to Eastern or Southern Europe. My goal is to show you that it is possible to travel and to have a lot of fun with only a very small budget. So if you really want to travel and you are either a student or you are a worker with a very low income or you are unemployed, whatever your case is, having a very low budget is not an excuse for not traveling, for saying, oh, I envy you so much that you travel. I would love to travel Italy so much, but I don't have enough money. Oh, Europe is so expensive, I could never afford traveling there. No, these are just excuses. As you can see, you can save up like 300-400 euros and you are able to travel to Europe for 1 week. And I know in this trip there were a lot of friends and staying at friends' places involved, but Couchsurfing is always there. Couchsurfing is that online platform that allows you to have friends even if you haven't met them yet. So you can stay there at their places all around the world just by connecting with them online from your home country. It is very easy. I have tons of materials on Couchsurfing, especially informational advice kind of videos about Couchsurfing. I'm gonna put the link of my Couchsurfing playlist in the cards here and in the description down below. Also, please check out the vlogs of this trip that I made. You're also gonna find the link to the playlist down in the description. And now for the last minute of this video, I'm gonna change subject and talk for 1 second about Patreon. I launched my Patreon page last week and it was a huge success. I would have never expected that so many people would have, pledge, like make a donation to me and get involved into the smaller Watershed Emerging community that I'm building up there. I want to really thank you, all of you. I was 40. Today I reached exactly 40 Patreons in just 5 days. Thank you so much to all 40 of you Patreons for believing in me, believing in this project, believing in my work, and for deciding to support this channel concretely with a donation. Your support means the world to me. It gives me so much motivation to keep going, keep making these videos. But also, more concretely, it's been a big help because in this time of the year I found myself almost finishing my savings and I had no job at the moment. So this really keeps me going in terms of financial support. So I'm able to keep traveling more and do more of these traveling kind of vlogs. If some of you didn't know about my Patreon page, well, I launched it, and if you feel like you really like this channel, you would like to see more content from me, and you would also like to give a concrete financial support, you can make a donation there starting from a few cents with no limits. You can choose the amount. I don't have tiers, I don't have any level of donations, so it's completely free. And if you are really new to this channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification by clicking on the bell button. I hope this little talk about money and budgeting today was useful to some of you, and I will see you in my next video with some very different content. Bye!
Rudolph, my dear, the forecast ain't clear. Rudolph, my friend, now will you